Good morning and welcome to another episode of Drew's Book Reviews.
Death comes for us all.
Who the hell are you? Seriously.
No, I am me. I am Luz Theron. I am me.
Alright, fine, whatever, Mr. Luz Theron or whoever the hell you are. Do you mind? I'm trying to do a book review here and I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't interrupt me. Also, would you mind getting out of my head?
But you're in my head. I should have killed a long time ago.
Okay, you could stop trying to creep me out here. I just want to talk to my audience about The Lord of Chaos. Book 6 of the Wheel of Time, and I'd really appreciate it if you'd stop.
You should kill them all. Kill them all before it's too late. It's the only way you can be safe. Safe, you've got to kill them all.
Alright, I'm really sorry, guys. I have to go deal with this Luz Theron guy. Just give me a moment. I'm going to go get rid of him, and then maybe we could actually talk about Lord of Chaos, Book 6 of the Wheel of Time. I mean, I don't know about you, but damn, is it ever annoying when you got this weird, creepy guy voice in your head. It's likely to drive a man mad. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm just going to go deal with this guy. See you in a few moments. Okay, well, now that Luz Theron is dealt with, maybe I could get through this entire book review without being interrupted again. That would be great, wouldn't it? Anyway, as I was saying, we're trying to discuss Lord of Chaos. This is the 6th book in the Wheel of Time series. And, as usual, Wheel of Time is just awesome. I mean, who doesn't love the Wheel of Time? Well, I suppose there's probably somebody that doesn't, but between you and me, they're crazy. Anyway... Just kidding. If you don't like Wheel of Time, that's totally fine. But I happen to love this series. This is my 3rd time through it. So this is finally book 6 of the Wheel of Time, Lord of Chaos. So a lot of really interesting events happen in this volume of the Wheel of Time. And some really important events happen. There are kind of 3 primary things going down here that kind of are the most important aspects of this particular book. So before we go any further, I just want to put it out there that spoiler alert, there may be some spoilers for book 6 and the Wheel of Time, as well as previous books if you haven't read them. Gotta be honest with you, I don't exactly write a particular script. I just kind of go off of point note form when I make this, so I don't really know how or what I'm going to say as I film. But in any case, spoiler alert, you may find there are some spoilers to be aware of before watching this whole video. But hey, if you stick around to the end, I really super appreciate that, and I hope that you'll like it by the end. In any case, let's get into the Wheel of Time and what is going on within Lord of Chaos. So kind of the first event that I want to talk about is Rand's amnesty. This was set up in the previous book when he declared amnesty for all men who can channel. And working with Mazrim Taim, Rand is basically gathering from across the world men who could channel. He's building an army, and he's effectively created this kind of anti-white tower with his army of male channelers. So this is now known as the Black Tower, and he's collecting men from across the world to channel. Now this, of course, is naturally ruffling the feathers of many people, not just the Aes Sedai. So as we know from the Wheel of Time, the male half of the true swords is tainted. It drives men insane. It kind of fills them with filth and disgust and their minds with all kinds of crazy things. It's very difficult for a male channeler to remain sane. But despite all that, Rand knows the final battle is coming, and with the White Tower numbers being so much smaller than they used to be, and him not being able to trust the Aes Sedai to really be on his side or stand by him at the last battle, especially with the White Tower being overthrown, Elaida taking command, of the White Tower and Elida herself being from the Red Aja, Rand can't trust Aes Sedai anywhere. And as a result, he's building this army in an effort to save the world while simultaneously breaking and destroying the world. So this is some pretty serious stuff going down within this world that has been created with the Wheel of Time, with the Ashen Mon. This is crazy. So they've got their different ranks within them as well, kind of like the Aes Sedai have their accepted and their novices, and their Aes Sedai, the Ashen Mon, have like their soldiers and whatnot, and they have different ranks within them as well. And they play a pivotal role or important part to play at the end of the book in the way the book ends as well. So the Black Tower, this is revolutionary within this world. And of course, rightfully so, is making people nervous, making the world nervous as to what's going on with Rand. Why is he having this Black Tower? Why is he collecting men who can channel? I mean, they kind of know why. He's the Dragon Reborn, so he's got a lot of influence across the world, and he is prepping the world for the end, ultimately. The second event that we have of some significant importance within this book is the creation of the Little Tower in Saladar. So, as we know from previous books, the tower is split. Aes Sedai are fractured. The tower is quite divided, and there's a group of Aes Sedai at Saladar who reject Elida's claim to the Amyrlin seat. And this group of Aes Sedai have basically established their own rival tower, and they have propped up none other than Egwene Alvir as the new Amyrlin seat for this group. So of course this is something that is huge event, and as far as the Aes Sedai in Saladar are concerned, Egwene is the rightful Amyrlin, but the thing is, it's not going to work, or it's not working like they expected it to work. Because as far as they're concerned, they wanted someone who was inexperienced like Egwene, so they could basically control the Amyrlin. But as we soon learn, Egwene recognizes that she must assert her power and dominance. She was put into this position, and she must be in charge. So she's got a lot of struggle with dealing with this new position, both from the lack of experience and as well as being able to control sisters who know so much more about the power and about the One Source than she does. But she's in this position now that's been thrust upon her. And so this is a pretty big thing that needs to be dealt with as far as her taking control of the sisters in Saladar in order to basically build a rival tower and depose Elida and take back the White Tower that rightfully belongs to the sisters in Saladar, or at least that's what this little tower believes. However, who knows, right? Who knows what the end result's going to be? I suppose I probably do, but I'm not going to get into it. This is my third time through this series. And then we have the epic finale of this book, where Rand is captured, kidnapped by sisters who have nefarious purposes. They are Elida's sisters, essentially, as well as the Shaido Aiel, who are basically at war with the rest of the Aiel as they rampage through the land. And they've got their own plans on what they want to do with Rand al'Thor and with the world, and who they think the rightful Chief of Chiefs or Kara Karn is. And so Rand has been captured, he's been shielded, and all the while he's dealing with this Lews Therin stuck in his head, trying...
They're all going to die, and I'm going to kill them all.
trying to fight against the insanity that is coming his way, and he has to escape their clutches. He's being transported in this box where he's cramped and locked in, and he's a prisoner in an extremely cramped small space. And of course, the epic conclusion at the end of how he's rescued, and I'm trying not to get too much into spoilers with that, but how he was rescued and the final battle was just wow, just awesome. This Wheel of Time book does not disappoint, and I absolutely love that epic conclusion to this. So some of the other kind of side plots that are going on here, we have a few things going on, like stilling or severing from the source has been healed by Nynaeve, I believe it was. I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments below if you're a fan. But in any case, the important part being that stilling was healed. Siuan Sanche, Lyanna, previously who were deposed and stilled and set for execution by Elaida, have now regained their ability to channel the source, albeit much weaker than they had before. So that's a pretty important development in this story, in this plotline, for the greater arc of the story, is the fact that this has been cured. And that's kind of a really, really important thing. And of course, we got Matt and his Band of the Red Hand, and Perrin makes an appearance back in this book series as well. So Rand, Matt, and Perrin back together towards the end, doing their thing, fighting hard, and, you know, just fighting their battles as the end of the world, or the great battle, comes to a head for the final epic conclusion, which we're going to see in about, 7 or 8 more books. This is a long series, but it's definitely one that is well worth watching. I have really, really been enjoying this series and absolutely love it. I love the idea of the Ashen Man, which you can see behind me here is just this army of men who could channel, who are destined to go insane. I mean, what do you do with that? That's just craziness. It's kind of scary too if you think about it, like having this group of insane men who have these insane powers that could destroy the world. I mean, it was the Aes Sedai who destroyed the world and caused the breaking of the world to begin with. So just kind of think about that for a minute. That's just crazy. That's just nuts, right? And overall, just really, really loving it. The struggles that Rand is having, almost with his own mental state, we can see him slowly, progressively getting closer and closer to being insane and questioning his own sanity. So this is kind of becoming a bigger and bigger role. So the question is, will Rand be able to make it to the final battle before going insane, or will he be insane come the final battle? And will he survive that? And, just loving these characters and loving the way that the story is written. Now, granted, Lord of Chaos, there are times where it can be a bit slower paced and slow down a bit. This is kind of the middle of the series, which is often known as the slump in the middle of the series. But I think that this book definitely picks up the pace in a lot of ways, with some really interesting events going on. And as we see the slow progression of the tower, or the little tower, the slow formation of this black tower and their army as it's slowly being built up, and the amnesty that Rand has mentioned, and just Rand trying to juggle everything and using everyone and everything. It's really something that's kind of driving him crazy in a lot of ways. Now, one of the other interesting subplots of this book is the capture of Moghedien, one of the Forsaken, by Elaine and Nynaeve and Brigitta. Siuan and Lyanna also know about this. So Siuan and Lyanna, again, are the former Amyrlin and Keeper of the White Tower. So they've captured Moghedien using this kind of Adam necklace bracelet type deal that the Shanshan women have used to control those who can power the One Power. Now, she's been captured and interrogated, and they've used her to obtain critical information in order to basically further their progress, gain knowledge and insight on how to do things and what to do, and how to effectively build up their power base so that they can survive what's coming. So that's kind of been a part of the book and the story for the last couple of books. But in this particular book, Moghedien escapes. So she is gone, essentially, which we don't know what's going to happen here, only that she's been summoned to Sheo Ghul, which I suspect is actually Iceland. That's my theory anyway, because as we know, the Wheel of Time is based on this cyclical nature of the world, and that it is based on Earth, but a broken, rearranged form of Earth. But in any case, that's a whole nother thing. I could probably do a whole video on these types of theories within the Wheel of Time, but in any case, Moghedien escapes. And this kind of sets it up for things that she's probably going to be doing in the next couple of books. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And just all around, this is a book series that I am super duper enjoying. So those are my thoughts here, particularly on Lord of Chaos and what I liked about it. And, you know, easily 4 stars for me. Absolutely loving the Wheel of Time reread. And I'm going to continue the Wheel of Time reread. And you can bet I'm going to post a video on each and every book as I read them. So, of course, I've moved on to book 7, so stay tuned for that. Coming up probably sometime maybe later this month. We'll kind of see how it goes. But in any case, those are just some of my thoughts on Lord of Chaos, the events that happen within this particular book of the Wheel of Time. And I'm really looking forward to doing my review on A Crown of Swords, which is book 7 of the Wheel of Time, which I just recently started. You could, of course, follow my progress on what I'm reading on Goodreads. And of course, you could also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'll have links to all that below. And eventually, I'm sure I will get links to my other Wheel of Time videos in the comments below. Not the comments, sorry, in the description below. And of course, as always, you can check out my fantasy playlist where I've got reviews on all kinds of fantasy books on my fantasy playlist. So those are just some of my thoughts here on the Lord of Chaos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having yourself a great day. I know I am really enjoying this series reread. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, as always, until next time, keep on reading. Bye.